Right, welcome back. This week, following on from the build review, which is the next big project that's coming up. Really looking forward to the Z650 build. That's going to be quite an epic build for me. As I say, it's something I've never done before, so that's going to be fun. So that gave you an insight of basically what I've got, what I'm dealing with. But as I said, I need to do some work on the ST, so there'll be, I'd expect 3, maybe 4 videos on the ST. The ST is now in the garage. As I say, we've got, there's a few jobs I need to do on it. I've already started stripping down seats off, side panels off, and also these little covers that actually fit in there, that actually cover the actual swing arm. Because what I want to try and do, I've actually spoken to Abba, and they don't actually make a fitting kit to actually fit into the stand, which actually lifts an ST. So I did some digging around. Obviously these are the bobbins I actually used for the Hayabusa. I did actually manage to get hold of this little kit here, which is a footrest adapter kit, which means you can actually bolt these in with these, so you can actually take the swing arm out. But the actual thing I was more concerned with was the size of this. I did some measures, they actually gave me some measurements, and this switch actually will fit in the swing arm. That actually fits in there nicely. And the smaller one I have from the Hayabusa one fits in the other side. So I'm actually going to try and rig this up and see if the lift will actually lift this ST. It should do. So I'm going to give that a go. Alright, so far it seems to be working. As I say, that's one of the footrest bobbins that's actually inside there. And the other bobbin is what I used for the Hayabusa. So what I need to do now is put on the red bar at the back, which fits into there. So I need to jack it slightly and then find a strapping point back here. So let's give that a go. Well, if this helps anybody, this is brilliant for actually, if you want to work on the rear end. I've managed to get the rear end up, I need to get the front up. But say, that's given me full clearance to get into the rear end if I need to, which at the moment I don't. So I just have to do some more adjustment on the strap. I've used the actual foot peg to hold it. I just need to get the front end up. As I say, if anybody's got an ST and they've got an Abba Skylift, it is possible to do it. Basically what I've used, as I say, is the footrest one. I've taken the bolts out, I've just actually used that, and the other half of a Hayabusa kit. Let's see if I can get the front end up. And there we go, a little bit of adjustment. I ended up moving the strap further down, still around the footrest. I mean, that's as high as I'm going to get it, but that's a clear 8-10 inches, well, front wheels 8-10 inches off the ground. That gives me total access to absolutely everything. That's perfect. As I say, Abba don't make a kit for the ST11, so sometimes you have to adapt, but that works. So that's no more laying on the floor. I can actually get under there properly, which is what I wanted. Right, so that's this side unbolted. There's one here, two here, and one at the back. I just need to do the same on the other side. Right, so that's undone the other side. It should just pop down. There we go. That's the front cowl removed. Right. That part just slides out. I say everything's going to be cleaned, polished. Should actually get away with just removing this bottom panel. Right, there was actually another screw underneath this panel. So this panel here, it's just 3 screws, so I'll get that removed. Alright, then 3 screws are removed. Obviously, don't forget to remove the tank. It's just a bolt there, and one the other side. Obviously this is just a cover, so pop that off. Alright, there we go. Tank covers off. So there's one last screw just to do in there, and one down there. Right, that's unscrewed, and that pops out. So I just need to get to that one there, and there's one there. That should be the last 2. So as usual, always using a little pot, so everything I've taken off. And that's the other side panel off. I say all this will be cleaned up, polished, but at least that gets me into the exhaust. So that's what I'm heading for. These 2 pipes need to come off, so it gives me access to the clutch. I mean, the nice thing is so far the tools to actually use this to get this apart has literally been a Phillips 5mm Allen key, 10mm spanner. Obviously I had to use a flathead just to pop one of the pins out, and a long 10mm socket just to get the deep socket, deep bolt that's sitting at the back of the fairing. Alright, so I'm more than likely going to have to remove this as well. Definitely try and get this cover off. Right, rusted bolt already. Let's just strip the head. So let's get some penetrating fluid on these. Right, leave that to soak in for sort of 5–10 minutes, because this I'll probably rub down, respray with heat paint, so it looks all nice. Right, these have had time to soak. Let's go ahead and get these out. Yeah, pretty well rusted. These will be replaced. Yeah, pretty disgusting. Right, looks as though I'm going to have to remove this bar as well. I have pre-soaked them already. Right, and then there's just the big one at the bottom. It's just 17mm. There we go, that's coming now. Right, now that comes. Again, all these threads I'll be cleaning up. So just pop that one back on for now. Just going to pop these back as well so I know where they come from. Makes it easier when I'm actually putting it back together because I know where the bolts are. Alright, looks like this bracket's got to be removed as well. There we go, that I'll give a clean up and then I'll give that a respray. Again, just pop these bolts back in. That'll be the same. Give that a clean up, respray. Right, 10mm on these. Quite weird, these are actually pretty loose. And that's the exhaust out the way. And there you go, that just disconnects. So that now gives me full access to the clutch. Again, I'm just going to put these back on loosely, primarily so I don't lose them, and they also don't get mixed up with fairing bolts. Again, so nice pile on the bench. So these we give them a light rub down, spray up. Again, same with that bracket. Bodywork will basically be compound buffed and then polished. That should come out really nice. Looks like I've got a few repairs to do on the infill panel unless I can find one cheap on eBay. So that now gives me good access to get to the clutch. I mean, also while I'm under here, I'm going to give all this a really good clean up. So this bike's been a bit neglected. As many of you remember, I did do a series a while ago. It was about 6 episodes of just going through some of the basics of it, because it did have some issues. Most of the problems I had I cured. As I say, we went through the brakes, went through the ABS, went through the rear brake, rear wheel, replaced all the pads, and then it was basically put back together, but it's had other issues that have cropped up since. So while it's apart, I might as well just give it a good clean up all the way through. and replace what I find. Right, so thanks for joining me on that one. That was basically how to get the bike up onto, well, as you see, up onto an Abba Skylift. And obviously I've started to strip down the bike ready to attack the clutch. So join me again in the next episode where I strip out the clutch. Thanks for watching. Cheers. Bye.